Hey guys, it's Ruben and David. Today we're going to talk about leadership because we all need to be better leaders, right? They used to say leaders are readers. I like to think that leaders are creators in addition to readers. So, David, it's been so good kind of being connected with you on LinkedIn. I've learned a lot from your content. People need more people like you in their lives as an accountability partner, as a coach. So, please tell me a little bit about what you're up to and how you're using Dubb, and maybe how I could be of some assistance.
Sure. Well, I think first of all, thank you for having me on today. I think part of the reason that we're on today is maybe you can show me a thing or two that I have some questions about the products that you offer. But
Okay.
for me, it's always looking to the busier that we get, we have to find ways to save a few minutes here, and I think that the products that you have and the services that you offer will be able to help me do that. But I'm in the coaching, I guess you can say, space. And what does that mean? Could be executive coaching, could be interview prep and coaching, could be career coaching. Not sure exactly. Maybe you're transitioning from one industry to another. Maybe you just need a better resume, or you need a resume that's going to get past the resume screening scanning software. So that kind of encompasses a little bit of everything that I do. And I think all leaders sometimes need to check themselves as far as feel the pulse of what they're doing for their organization and for their teams.
Yeah. Well, I think, leaders come in different shapes and sizes and times in their lives. I mean, sometimes leaders are in between jobs, and sometimes leaders are in bad situations where they need to optimize themselves, whether it's their resume or their LinkedIn profile, to really kind of realize their best self and to get into the opportunity that's right for them. So I know I've been in that situation in a number of times in my life where, I needed a coach, I needed assistance, and I needed someone to kind of put me and believe in me, and then just give me sort of a framework. So one of the things that I'd love to do is kind of share some tips and tricks that I know, maybe using Dubb, and how you can accomplish those goals and help people to do so at the same time.
Well, yes, that's why I'm here for today. So show me.
Let's do it. Jump right in. So if you want to share your screen, that's cool. Otherwise, I'll share mine. And what I'll do is I'll kind of start with a little preface here. And that preface is that there's this problem, I think, that we're all trying to solve, which is, how do we build better relationships? How do we streamline our communication? How do we minimize the amount of friction that we have in our daily flows to be able to make those connections with people? That's really the theme. That's the problem that we're all trying to solve right now. There's a lot of noise out there. There's our inboxes are full. Our LinkedIn messaging is off the hook. Our posts, our feeds are just wired with information. The amount of content that exists now it's overwhelming, and sometimes it debilitates us, and it gets us to a point where we just shut off. The fact of the matter is that amount of content is going to be exponentially greater in the future. There's going to be more streams, more channels, more content, more stories, more people that are putting this type of information on the wire. And what that means, though, is that we really need to, as business people, as leaders, we need to do a better job of communicating. So what is Dubb, and how does it help people to accomplish these goals? Well, Dubb is pretty simple. It's a video communication platform. We are an asynchronous communication platform. So it's not like this. It's not like Zoom, where you can communicate in real time. This is capture content through your phone, through your screen, through your webcam, and then share that story with people in a meaningful way to help you accomplish your goals.
And you're absolutely, I mean, you're right, but we're bombarded by so much. But again, video is the way, whether it's, video on LinkedIn or whatever, or messages. I think so many leaders don't understand that they want the people in their organizations want them, to share themselves. I saw a post on LinkedIn not too long ago. A gentleman just getting home, CEO just getting home, and he was sharing a little bit about his day and how one of his employees impacted his life. And you know what? That spoke volumes. So again, we're in a society where, again, visual right now, get out there and, share something. And, I think CEOs and, really higher execs don't understand that they're the people that they have an opportunity to lead really want to hear, from them, genuinely hear from them. We've seen a lot of great leaders, and when they're out in the public, when they're out in their organization, actually interacting with their teams, they get way better results, and that's why some of them, I think, are crushing it.
So why do you think we've become such a visual species by now? What was that paradigm shift, or have we always been like that? I mean, starting with the cave paintings, hieroglyphics,
Sure.
that's just our nature.
Yeah. Oh yes, I think so. And all of us kind of, want that, 2 little seconds, 15 minutes of fame, or whatever you want to call it. And that's why I think that these, platforms are, thriving. I mean, geez, look at, TikTok and other places, right? Now, even at a younger age, I mean, they're used to getting in front of the camera, and, they want to be seen and heard. And I think that's just, obviously, it's not going to go away. So even for, the older generation can get out there too, because, we want to hear and see from them as well.
Well, it goes back to that Maslowian hierarchy of needs. I don't know if that's still relevant in today's day and age. I always wonder, what's the newer version of that with the digital, social, like, comment, subscribe, the angle on that front. Because now a lot of what we seek is not necessarily to be seen and heard, but to be engaged with, to be, challenged, to be given comments to. Comments are they're my favorite thing. I love to get comments because it starts a conversation. It asks me a question. It challenges me. Sometimes it calls me out. Sometimes it even insults me or hurts my feelings. Well, it doesn't really hurt my feelings, but I love to get into that point where I can, converse with people, and we can just start those real combos, and I can learn something from the process. So, for example, yesterday, someone left me a comment saying that they don't like the brand new, super shiny, something that we're super proud of, UX on a particular page on Dubb. And it was surprising because it's the first time I've ever heard that from anyone. I've had hundreds of people now tell me that they love the new UX on the Dubb editing page specifically. But someone told me that they don't like it. It's confusing. And I was really surprised because we've gotten like 99%, positive remarks. But nevertheless, it's valid because it's out there. So I think it really comes down to what I always like to say is it's actually not about likes. It's not about engagement. It's about comments. If for the creators out there and the people that are putting stuff out there, I think this is just a good chance as a reminder to say, what are the comments that you're getting? They don't always have to be peachy and perfect and puppy dogs and lollipops and rainbows. They can be actually, provocative sometimes. But the fact that there's conversations that are happening, I think, are really important.
Oh, yes. I can remember about a week ago, I did a post where, expanded on somebody else's post and saying that we should be allowed to call ourselves experts at something, right? Whatever, if I know more than you and I can provide you value, then I'm at some level, an expert. And one of my friends, on LinkedIn kind of challenged me, and he's like, I have to disagree with you. We went back and forth a little bit, but at the end of the day, we virtually hugged and made up. But again, that's what I like. It doesn't, we're not just a bunch of yes people, even, whether it's in business or on LinkedIn. You don't have to agree with something just because you're friends with that person. Give real, meaningful comments. And yes, I've done posts before where I go, I don't want any likes. If you're not going to comment, then just go away. And, that post did very well and got a lot of comments because we were talking about other things. But again, cool. Likes mean absolutely nothing. In fact, if that went away, that'd be okay. Right.
That's really cool. All right. So I'm gonna do a screen share here. I have actually some ideas that I want to present to you.
Okay.
So I'm going to share my screen here. And so the first thing that I wanted to kind of jump into is this idea of, visual communication.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this idea that there's just too much noise out there on LinkedIn, on email, SMS, social channels. how do you punch through? How do you stand out from the crowd? How do you do this as a coach, but then also how do you do this as a business person, as a leader? And one of the ways that I'd like to think about this is putting the most valuable thing that we have, which is data, information, up front, and then putting the chase or the communication second to that. And what that means really is video allows you to convey the most valuable thing that you can possibly say. Okay, whether it's a thought leadership video, or whether it's a screen video that shows something valuable, whether it's an assessment, or whether it's a demo of a software platform, kind of like what we're looking at right here. When we can record this information and we can send that in exchange, instead of text, what it allows us to do is to provide a gift for that person. And that gift is information. It's visual information. So Dubb is all about empowering people to do that. There's the ability through this little plus button, you can record a webcam video right through the platform. You can use the Dubb mobile app, record multiple clips, make a visual story. It's kind of like real-time editing. You can use the Dubb Chrome extension to record your screen. So as I mentioned, demoing something, resume, website, SEO results, like the sky's the limit in terms of what you can show. This Chrome extension is really powerful, and then side note, if you don't want to show your webcam video, that's cool. You can actually just show a profile picture. Here's my LinkedIn picture that just populates right there. So for those of you people that aren't ready to necessarily show that profile pic, that's a cool option. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so if you can, so I can be able to record my screen from right here, from this, right? A lot of times, you have to pay for that services. There's other services and stuff out there. So being a part of this, then I get to use this, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different, so we have the free plan and then we have the paid plans. So the major difference between the free plan and the paid plan, the free plan, it has the Dubb branding on it. So that's one of the things that happens is our logo is on there, our link to our website's on there. That's how we monetize it, because we have bandwidth and we have storage. But then the paid plan, it gives you full customizability. So you can customize your subdomain right here. You can even have, davidalto.com or video.davidalto.com as your URL. You can also put your URL, your image, your logo, your background, your colors. There's a lot of different customization options. And then I think another piece is that you can do automation. You can do campaigns. So taking a video and then sending it as a broadcast to a number of people. You can do that as a one-time kind of scheduled thing, or you can do that in the form of a drip sequence, like drip emails. Okay. So these are some kind of power features on Dubb that do require that you integrate into Gmail, or you do integrate into Amazon or an email server, actually, and that's how you broadcast those.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of us on LinkedIn and other platforms, obviously, that are posting video. I mean, I'm posting video maybe every other day, I guess you could say, or sometimes not that frequent, but I like what I'm hearing so far. So.
Yeah. So, we always encourage people just to communicate in a visual way. We're so passionate at Dubb of creating these channels. As I mentioned, grab the Dubb mobile app, grab the Dubb Chrome extension, grab the Dubb desktop app, and check out more infomercials like this.
Well, I think, again, my thoughts on joining, this live today was, again, for you to show me a few different things that I could take advantage of using. That way, again, I need to, there's only so many hours in a day, and, the wife and family want me to spend some time with them as well too. So I have to streamline, different things in my life that make things easier. And I think this will actually save me some time.
Cool. Now I want to give you kind of three really quick ideas here. So the first one is, this is our calendar page. This is my MVP, my most valuable player for sure in terms of a Dubb page.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen. So this is my calendar booking page. Now in this calendar booking page, a couple of things are happening. Number one is that there's a personalized video here which is like a pitch video. I've got multiple calls to action here. Sign up to Dubb, book a time with Ruben, join the Dubb affiliate program. And then I have a direct integration into my calendar. Okay. So the reason why that's valuable is because how much time do you spend coordinating meetings and hustling and getting people to book a time in your calendar? That's the dream. If you're a consultant, if you're a coach, if you're an agency, if you're a salesperson, the dream is to get someone to book a time in your calendar, because then you can talk and then you can, build a relationship. So grab a Calendly account, a QD scheduler, Book Like a Boss, HubSpot, any of the major calendar integrations. Dubb integrates with all of them. And then
that's awesome.
Yeah. And then create a page like this. Either have an evergreen one that you use every single time, or create one specific to the use case. So if you have a pitch, put that personalized video. The other thing that you can do is that if you have a more produced video that you've done in the past, then what you can do is you can use Dubb's playlist feature. And Dubb's playlist feature is just the ability to have a video play after the video. So video 1 can be a personalized video. Video 2 can be a secondary video, maybe an evergreen video that you use. So we recommend doing this so that you can have personalization, but then also a massive conveyance of information.
No, the gears are already turning regarding some of the videos that I had produced that talk about specific things. And if I can really, instead of just, emailing it, but I can actually have it coincide with my calendar, that they're going to get it when they sign up for that time. No, that already for me, again, because maybe we're scheduling a little 15-minute free chat to discuss some things, right? But then if they have something that they could watch real quick to get a better insight, that make that 15 more minutes even more impactful. So again, no, that in itself for me will definitely be worth taking advantage of that.
Let's talk about LinkedIn for a second. I mean, we all love LinkedIn. You and I are kind of power users of LinkedIn. The thing that's amazing about LinkedIn is that it's so accessible. You can connect with anyone, any person in the business world, unless they have certain privacy settings. You can connect with them. You can comment. You can post. You can sort of connect with them. Now, what's really interesting is that in Dubb, and specifically in Dubb, what you can do is that you can share a video within messaging. So I'm actually going to show you an example of that.
Okay.
And the reason why that's valuable is because you can personalize your communication. So I'll show you what that looks like.
Okay.
So this is an example of a LinkedIn post where I sent a personalized message to this individual. So this was a video that I shot at a conference. And then when in this case, when he clicks on this, then he can actually see, firstly, he sees some personalization text, which you can change dynamically. So you don't need to fuse that into the video. He sees the video that I recorded. This was a quick video that I did. Sometimes I record like 20 videos, 30 videos a day. Anytime I go to a conference, I record a video of every single prospect that I meet, and then I send them a Dubb video with that video. And my response rate is like through the roof.
Oh, of course it is. No, that's amazing.
Yeah. So here's my call to action. Here's some contact information. And then, of course, they have the ability to send a real-time chat as well. So in Dubb, similar to LinkedIn, you have messaging. So here's just some of the folks that I've been messaging with on the Dubb platform. So, again, it goes back to the idea of providing value, providing information, building relationships, building connections, and then having pipes like this to be able to really make those connections.
Yeah, yes, and if I can have one for this and one for this type of a client, oh yeah, that already again is just going to save a ton of time. Actually, maybe sending an individual email. Have they looked at the calendar yet that I sent or whatever? But if it can coincide with it, yeah, and that's amazing.
Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to formally invite you to be a Dubb coach if you're interested, and a Dubb affiliate. And that just means that, you have, access to our information. You have access to means to market the service and to participate and to really, really coach people. Because at the end of the day, this is a powerful platform. I covered about 10% of it. So there's another 90% that we want to kind of invest into educating you on, and then also having you kind of evangelize the service and then participate in our wins.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to, sing the praises of this just because I find value, regarding. I know you have a affiliate program and stuff like that, but no, anytime that I've see something or see a person or a business or a service on LinkedIn that I'm really passionate about, I sing the praises of it just because I know it can, potentially help, so many more individuals, somebody in situations like myself, or again, for various reasons. But yeah, you provide an amazing service, and just the little bit, the less than 20 minutes we've been on today, you've really shown me, where I can really, save some time, and time is money. So
Awesome. Well, let's leave it there, man. Time is money. Thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
oh, thank you, Ruben, and well, see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.